Well, thousands of people are expected to lose their jobs when GM closes their Oshawa plant next year. And many of them will be looking to enter the job market for the first time in decades. So here to talk about the changing face of Ontario's workforce and the challenges job hunters now face is career strategist and education expert Shelley Deloyer. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much.
So let's talk about this, because it's not just GM workers. I'm sure many people out there are finding themselves, because of precarious work in this province, maybe entering the workforce in their 40s, in their 50s. What kind of advice do you offer them?
You know what, it's about looking at your own story, your own career journey, or story throughout education and into careers that has brought you to this moment where you are now, taking a look at what you have to offer and what interests you, what you're passionate about, and being able to mold that into something that you can contribute to in terms of society and a greater career plan.
You know, when I think of career, and probably many of us think of a career, you finish school, you enter a job, and you retire in that job. That's my career, but that's not the case anymore, is it?
Not at all. Some statistics I've seen recently have average Canadians spending about 2 years in any given position before they're moving on. So people are making a lot of job transitions across different industries, different roles, doing a lot of different things before they retire.
You know, the unknown, I'm sure, is very scary and very daunting for a lot of people. You know, you said yourself, the number of jobs that you may have over your lifetime, but how do you prepare yourself, even just as a person, to overcome that fear?
There's fear in it, and there's a lot of excitement. And so it's all perspective in terms of what you're focusing on and what you're looking at. There's also a lot of hope to focus on, and there's a lot of opportunity when you sort of shift your perspective and start looking at what's possible instead of what scares you and what's holding you back.
And, you know, when you're in your 40s or 50s, you're thinking in your head, I'm now competing with people who are entering the workforce at a very young age and maybe want to work for a lot less than what I think I'm valued for. How do you, what do you counsel on that?
Well, it comes down to seeing what all of that experience gives you. What do you have to offer that somebody just coming out of school maybe doesn't? And how do you communicate that value to people in a way that allows you to stand out? And also taking a look at what are you applying for and what kind of jobs do you want? Are you applying for entry-level positions? Or perhaps take a look at where your skills are needed more. It might mean an industry shift. You know, for some of these workers coming out of GM, maybe their skills are going to be put to better use in an entirely different industry where there is more money, where there is more flexibility and adaptability to be able to take that talent and apply it in a different way.
Do you wait for a job posting to come up, or should you create your own opportunities?
Absolutely create your own opportunities. We have a big percentage of the job market that's considered hidden.
Oh, really?
Where jobs aren't necessarily posted anywhere, at least not until after there's already somebody in mind or it's already been filled. Sometimes the posting is just put up as a bit of formality. So it's about getting yourself in front of people, in front of decision makers, using your network, connecting, thinking about where you want to work and approaching those people. Because you can't control what other people are doing. You can only control the action that you take and the responsibility that you take to advance your own career.
And you spoke about hope, and that's true, because a lot of people maybe not be able to find the hope in this situation.
Absolutely, absolutely there is. And I get it. Like, if you've just found out you're going to lose your job, or maybe you already have lost your job, or maybe you've come out of school and you're getting nowhere, it can be really hard to find that little bit of hope. But when you find a piece of it, and you keep expanding on it and you keep growing it, it really comes down to a matter of perspective and what you're focusing on, and just be flexible to look at alternative options.
All right, Shelley Deloyer, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Okay.